Hello everybody and welcome back to BlazeVlogs. I'm Blaze Collie and today I'm going to talk to you guys about a user submitted question, and that is, how long have I been in the fandom? I had to do a little bit of thinking about this because it's been a really long time, but I believe it's 14 to 16 years approximately in the fandom. So that puts my entry into the fandom roughly around 2000 to 2002. So it's kind of a weird short topic because the question's very straightforward. I've been in the fandom for 14 to 16 years. But what does that actually mean? What have I experienced within the fandom? Well, this means that I joined the fandom before Second Life, before the CSI episode, before the Vanity Fair episode, and before Fur Affinity was a thing. Just to give you guys some perspective on the timeline in which I had joined the fandom. Now, during my time in the fandom, I have experienced lots of different stages within the fandom. Explicitly, like I hate to bring this up because it's such a long time ago now. About 2007 or so was the furry YouTube war, and that's kind of a really a tongue-in-cheek name for basically a timeline in which a whole bunch of trolls and furries were going at it on YouTube for the longest time. Lots of accounts got hacked, and I happen to know a couple people who were doing YouTube at the time that this happened. So there was lots of furry hate during the time that I was going through the fandom, and there's lots of really interesting things about the whole. There's kind of this transformative renaissance of the furry fandom when I was going through it, early on and initially, and I think I would like to coin it as the golden age of furry, because the furry fandom's been around a lot longer than I've been in the fandom. It's been around since the 80s, and probably a little bit before then, but it really took off with the internet. And so a lot of the transformative aspects of the fandom came around post 96. So that's only a 4 year difference between the time I joined the fandom and the time the internet actually was a thing. So there was a lot of this expansion, massive expansion. So all of you newcomers to the fandom didn't get to experience a lot of this. So you have the furry lifestylers. Those are the people that really made it their lifestyle. They would wear the shirts, they would wear the collars, they'd have the ears, they'd have the tails, they'd have the paws, they'd have the full works, like the Janko pants and everything. And that was late 90s, early 2000s in kind of a thing. It still kind of exists to some degree, but it's really cringy, really cringy now that I look back on it. Because a lot of people have toned it down a lot. I used to know people that were really into that. I kind of at some point did that, but I really quickly stopped doing it because I did not like the attention it brought to me. So during my time in the fandom, there's a lot of formation of very popular conventions. People and furry households started to become a thing. So what does that mean? I don't like name dropping, so I really don't want to do that. But a lot of the people that I hang out with when I was growing up in the fandom are now really well-established, well-known people within the fandom. And I still rub shoulders with a lot of them. And I think that a lot of them are really genuinely amazing people. And so, let's see, a couple of the cons now. The cons that came up with this was, I think, Rocket City Fur Meet, Oklacon, Fur Fright were all conventions that started during the mid 2000s, and they are all conventions that started after I had joined the fandom. So I have seen a good, Oklacon recently closed down. Rainforest started after I joined the fandom. So I have seen at least two conventions go through the stages of rising to popularity and falling and crashing on their face. So I've seen a lot of good and bad within the fandom in my 14 to 16 years within the fandom. And so I honestly believe that anyone who's joining the fandom now, who sees the fandom and is like, I want to get into this, you have joined probably one of the better times. Like, if you want to meet a lot of really popular people, probably not the best time, but you can still meet them, and they're genuinely honest people who really like meeting others. But like, in terms of like drama and the initial, I don't know, like troubles that the furry fandom going through, you missed a lot of that, and that's a really good thing in my opinion. Yeah, so I have a question. This is actually one of my shorter videos. So where do you guys see the fandom in the next 10 years? Leave a comment in the section below, and then remember to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends, and remember to follow me on Twitter. And you guys have an awesome day.